Fear of judgment is a common fear that can prevent us from living our lives to the fullest. It can make us afraid to take risks, try new things, and be ourselves. Here are some suggestions to help you overcome your fear of judgment. Identify your triggers. Which situations or people make you feel the most judged? Once you've identified your triggers, you can work on developing coping strategies. Identifying the triggers that contribute to your fear of judgment is an important first step toward conquering it. Take a reflective approach to understanding the situations or circumstances that exacerbate your fear of being judged. These triggers may be based on previous experiences, societal expectations, or personal insecurities. You gain insight into the specific areas that require attention and healing by identifying these triggers. Once you've identified your triggers, consider eliminating or limiting your exposure to them, especially in the early stages of dealing with your anxiety. This does not imply avoiding all challenges, but rather managing them strategically. For example, if social situations make you anxious, you could begin by gradually exposing yourself to smaller gatherings or events. This allows you to gain confidence and develop coping mechanisms over time. It is critical to approach this process with compassion for oneself. Recognize that everyone has flaws and periods of self-doubt. Accept flaws and recognize that discomfort is often the source of growth. Setting realistic expectations for yourself can also relieve the pressure to achieve unattainable goals, fostering a more forgiving and nurturing mindset. Incorporate positive affirmations and concentrate on your accomplishments and strengths. Celebrate small victories and acknowledge your progress, which will help you maintain a positive self-image. Surround yourself with people who can offer you encouragement, understanding, and new perspectives, such as friends, family, or a therapist. Sharing your thoughts and fears with others can be liberating and affirming, creating a sense of community. Remember that overcoming the fear of judgment is a gradual process. Be patient with yourself and understand that progress takes time. Strive for authenticity and align your actions with your values as you go through this process. You empower yourself to move beyond the constraints of fear and judgment by focusing on the positive aspects of situations and cultivating a mindset of self-acceptance. Challenge your negative thoughts. When you suspect that someone is judging you, ask yourself if there is any evidence to back up your suspicion. Is it true that you are being judged, or are you simply projecting your own insecurities onto others? Take a few moments to confront the negative thoughts that are fueling your fear of judgment. Our minds frequently create scenarios based on assumptions rather than concrete facts. Are these thoughts based on reality, or are they the result of my imagination? By challenging the validity of these negative thoughts, you can begin to weaken their hold on your emotions. Change your mindset from one of self-criticism to one of self-compassion. Instead of criticizing yourself for perceived flaws, consider how you would help a friend in a similar situation. Extend the same compassion and understanding to yourself. This mental shift can be a powerful tool for breaking the grip of negative self-talk. Recognize that making mistakes and flaws is a natural part of being human. Perfection is an unattainable goal, and everyone faces difficulties and setbacks. Accepting imperfection not only alleviates the fear of being judged, but it also allows for growth and self-improvement without the weight of unrealistic expectations. Focus on the evidence that contradicts negative thoughts as you challenge them. Identify situations where your fears were unfounded or where you received positive feedback rather than the expected criticism. You create a more balanced and realistic view of yourself and your abilities by consciously acknowledging these positive aspects. It is critical to replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations during this process. Affirm your abilities, accomplishments, and distinguishing characteristics. This practice promotes a more positive self-image and helps to build self-confidence. Remember that self-talk has a strong influence on your emotions, so choose thoughts that uplift and motivate you. By actively challenging negative thoughts, you actively reshape your mindset and reduce the impact of fear. This practice, when combined with self-compassion and a focus on the positive, can result in a more resilient and empowered sense of self. Keep in mind that progress is often the result of a series of small, intentional shifts in thinking. Nobody is flawless. We all make mistakes and say things we later regret. If you're afraid of being judged for your flaws, remember that everyone else is. It's crucial to remind yourself that flaws are an unavoidable part of being human. Nobody is perfect, and expecting flawless performances or personalities is an unrealistic expectation. Accepting this reality can be liberating because it allows you to be more compassionate and understanding of yourself and others. Consider imperfections to be opportunities for growth and learning rather than flaws. Each flaw is a distinct aspect of your personality that contributes to your personal journey. Recognizing that everyone around you has flaws can help foster empathy and create a more accepting environment. When faced with the fear of judgment, it can help to shift your focus from an idealized notion of perfection to the richness that comes from embracing diversity and uniqueness. Rather than striving for an unattainable standard, celebrate the authenticity that comes from acknowledging and accepting your strengths as well as areas for improvement. Allowing yourself to be imperfect does not diminish your worth. Rather, it increases it. It makes room for self-compassion and self-love. Remember that your worth is determined not by your lack of flaws but by your ability to learn, adapt, and grow. Accepting flaws as a natural part of the human experience can help you cultivate a more positive and resilient mindset in the face of criticism. Concentrate on your own values. What is essential to you? What type of person do you aspire to be? When you're focused on your own values, you're less likely to be concerned about what other people think. Concentrating on your own values is a powerful strategy for overcoming the fear of judgment. Rather than being overly concerned with what others think, consider what truly matters to you. Determine your guiding principles, beliefs, and priorities. When you align your actions with these values, you cultivate a sense of authenticity and purpose that can serve as a guiding force. Concentrating on your values assists in shifting the emphasis from external validation to internal fulfillment. Consider whether the judgments you fear are consistent with your values. If they don't, they're probably less important in the grand scheme of your life. This shift in perspective enables you to make decisions and choices that are authentic and meaningful to you. Make a personal mission statement or a list of your core values. Having a physical reminder of what you value can act as an anchor in times of self-doubt or external criticism. When your actions are consistent with your values, you are more likely to feel a sense of purpose and satisfaction, which reduces the impact of outside judgments. Furthermore, focusing on your values promotes resilience. In the face of criticism or judgment, you can take comfort in knowing that you are living in accordance with what is truly important to you. This intrinsic motivation frequently outweighs external opinions that would otherwise undermine your confidence. Use your values as a compass to guide your choices as you navigate situations where judgment is an issue. This approach enables you to live a genuine and fulfilling life, regardless of external judgments. It's an effective tool for boosting self-esteem and retaining a strong sense of self in the face of societal expectations and opinions. Surround yourself with people who will be there for you. Spend time with people who make you feel good about yourself and do not pass judgment on you. A strong support network can make you feel more confident and less vulnerable. Develop relationships with people who lift you up, understand you, and encourage you. Share your concerns and worries with those who can offer empathy and perspective. These supportive relationships protect against the negative effects of judgment. Friends, family members, or mentors you can trust can provide constructive feedback and act as sounding boards for your concerns. Their support can serve as a counterbalance to any external criticism or self-doubt you may face. Openly discussing your fears can frequently reveal that others share your concerns, creating a sense of shared experience. This mutual comprehension can be a powerful source of validation and comfort. Building a supportive network is a two-way street. Make an effort to reciprocate and positively contribute to the relationships you value. A supportive community not only helps you navigate judgment, but it also contributes to your overall well-being and resilience. These relationships act as a barrier against the fear of judgment, fostering a sense of belonging and acceptance that is essential in developing confidence and resilience. Remember that overcoming the fear of judgment takes time. Be kind to yourself and celebrate your accomplishments along the way. If the fear is interfering with your life, you should seek professional help from a therapist or counselor. They can provide customized strategies and support based on your specific requirements. You are not alone. Many people suffer from a fear of being judged. However, it is possible to overcome this apprehension and live a more fulfilling life.